handed him the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
A nigga said, we saw the snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just because you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing.
SNITCH has publicly attacked Charleston White after troubling new evidence of PHLC-8's alleged collaboration with law authorities was made public. And there's a fire on the internet. The video, which immediately went viral, appears to show Charleston detailing street figures and identifying persons at a private meeting that, according to sources, was not meant for the public to witness. 50 responded in a short amount of time. He said, "I knew dude wasn't built for this" in an Instagram post. It was all a facade. That combative talk. Now we have proof.
I've seen it before you seen it. It used to be on the news. I keep telling y'all, I made the news before. Ow.
The following step was a video compilation of White's most controversial moments. At the moment, with subtitles accusing him of being a fraud and the loudest snitch in the room.
Is accused of down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and 2 other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1990.
Charleston has established himself by attacking gangs, rappers, and even fake activists. He is well known for his unrestrained rants and insightful views on street culture.
Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until...
This new film, however, may have exposed the paradox beneath the facade. 50 Cent's reaction has made matters worse as both admirers and detractors begin to question Charleston's sincerity.
What did he do?
The quiet speaks louder than words. Even though White hasn't fully addressed the leak, and this story might not be done yet, since 50% increases the strain, since 50 hardly slows down after he starts. 50 Cent is notorious for never remaining silent during controversies. And this time, his attention is on Charleston White. A news clip of Charleston White testifying against an old friend in court has just gone viral. The internet responded immediately, generating fresh debates and responses on numerous websites. In the decades-old footage, White appears to describe how he and his coworker got into a fatal altercation.
My Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe, but I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true. And they took...
In the video, he said that Antoine Doolittle, his friend, killed Michael Levy in 1991 when he tried to loot a department store of winter clothing. White's integrity and genuineness are being questioned by many, especially in organizations that maintain a strict code of silence. The public has responded quickly, and now 50 Cent is adding his voice to the fray.
Sentenced to 12 years under Texas juvenile determined sentencing law. My 3 co-defendants, all of them was tried as adults. They were 15 and older. I was 14. So I went into a boys' home that was co-ed with boys and girls. So I spent my entire teenage life from 14 to 21 in the boys' home. When I got out at 21, my record was sealed, so there's no record.
Charleston White, meanwhile, is completely unconcerned. By laughing off the accusations and confronting those who question his morality, he has taken a combative stance. What exactly happened in 1991 then? And why does this story keep popping up? What's more, why is 50 Cent bringing attention to this movie from decades ago? Let's break it down. When Michael Levy attempted to halt the robbery attempt, the altercation fatally and irrevocably changed course. While the suspects were throwing the stolen goods out of a department store window, Antoine Doolittle pulled out a gun and killed Michael, further intensifying the situation.
The snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just because you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich.
Charleston White, who was present at the time, claimed to have been a bystander. On the other hand, when he testified in court, he directly accused his own associate. White testified under oath that he had given Doolittle the gun before the shooting. and described the discussion that followed the shooting death. Court filings state that Doolittle showed no remorse.
You think they gonna stop interviewing me? You think people gonna stop? No, you still gonna be poor.
The Times reported that White recalled his buddy laughing and casually recounting the event, saying, "Look, I shot him," which only served to exacerbate the current crisis. There were serious consequences. His death left a deep void, especially for Michael Levy's wife. The couple had only been married for 4 days when the tragedy ended their future together. But Diddle wasn't the end of the fallout. Charleston White gave several different pieces of testimony. He provided evidence to back up the convictions of 3 other individuals in his testimony against them. Although his cooperation with the prosecution altered his sentencing, he was still held accountable. White was sentenced to 12 years in prison for his role in the crime, which would be a life-altering event for him for many years to come, while his co-defendants were sentenced to more severe punishments. Charleston White was given a 12-year sentence.
Why you think I told? I don't give a damn.
Mostly due to his testimony in court. Despite what could have appeared to be a severe penalty, Charleston eventually departed with a sealed record. Many considered to be a significant advantage because it gave him a new beginning in court. As expected, there was a lot of internet criticism of the unearthed video from the original trial. Immediately, social media platforms were flooded with criticism, with many accusing Charleston of being a snitch. The video quickly became widely shared, reigniting debates about allegiance, accountability, and the ethics of working with law enforcement, especially in cultures where people respect quiet. The heightened monitoring, however, appears to have no effect on Charleston. He seemed more pleased than scared as he publicly mocked the backlash in an online response video. Instead of responding to the charges with defensiveness, he decided to laugh at the situation.
I want to snitch. I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And
brushed the criticism aside as idle chit-chat. His own statements suggest that the occurrence would not have an impact on his reputation or career. "I would probably turn the entire experience into a stage routine," Charleston said, underscoring his disobedience. He also stated unequivocally that he was not hesitant to testify, asserting that he didn't have any friends at the time and that he would act in the same manner without hesitation if the situation arose again. Self-preservation appeared to be the end of allegiance for Charleston, a viewpoint that continues to provoke controversy and public outrage. The blatant disregard for loyalty shown by Charleston White and his audiences have been astonished by the disrespect for street codes, even though they probably shouldn't be. His public statements and answers make it clear that he does not believe that traditional street loyalty is a virtue that should be respected. Instead, even if it means cooperating with law enforcement, he promotes an alternative view that is founded on lawfulness, self-defense, and civic responsibility, or divulging illicit activity. Charleston asserts that devotion or brotherhood is the reason behind his refusal to serve time in prison for all crooks and criminals, he said. His larger argument that respect for the law and self-defense come before unity or silence is supported by this viewpoint. In another extensively circulated interview, Charleston boldly declared his citizenship, stating, "I'm a police-minded individual. My ballot will be cast. I am, in fact, an election judge." He made it plain that civic engagement and the legal system are more important to him than criminal allegiance. 40 years old, I have no interest in being imprisoned by the age of 50. He declared categorically, "And I would testify on everyone if it meant staying free." Charleston's mindset has made him one of the most polarizing figures in contemporary history. He allegedly assisted federal officials in apprehending Brick Baby, another well-known figure. Charleston leaned into it rather than downplaying its part or offering an explanation. The bills. On the internet, he boasted about his role and showed no remorse, thereby admitting that he had given law enforcement information. In an industry that is often silent and governed by loyalty rules, it's a unique tactic. Despite all of the criticism, he gets Charleston doesn't seem to be changing his opinion. Brick. The Charleston baby might have drawn federal attention on his own, but White made sure the authorities were informed. After Brick posted a video of himself apparently threatening to hit Charleston while displaying bundles of cash in Houston, White didn't hesitate to act. He brazenly claimed that he would approach law enforcement immediately rather than responding with inaction or retaliation. Charleston defends his assertion that he abides by the law rather than breaking it by stating that he has contacts in federal authorities. Charleston received criticism multiple times for his phone call.
I'm gonna call my son. You got to go to the graveyard to see your son. say, look, this what my kids give me for Father's Day. Gilly, say Gilly, cash money backup single. Say, cash money backup single. I'm sorry, backup dance.